So, for example, if you take questionnaires, you can be sure these questionnaires are only containing data which are from the conscious part of people, because the questionnaire only addresses your left part of the brain, Broca and Wernicke. You are asking questions and the people have to understand what you mean. This is the first big problem, because any questionnaire has a problem of semantics. Does the other one really understand what you are asking? So just a cross on a scale is nothing. So the big question is always, what is in the data? More or less, it's about garbage in, garbage out. If the way of questioning is already limiting the possibilities of pattern formation, then what is in the data limits what you can get out. So what is the quality of the data getting in? And this is more or less the major approach we have taken. So we have asked ourselves, what is a kind of higher qualitative data which makes it more possible to detect pattern? So we are not concentrating so much on the presentation of the form of presentation. We had concentrated more on the question, how can I get data which are higher probability, with a higher probability of pattern reduction, of complexity reduction by pattern formation? Are there data which contain more about the world than other data? And if you take the human being, not only as the one perceiving the data, but as the one producing the data, then you have, because of this extremely machine of pattern formation, something very interesting from the person. Any person is a measurement instrument. If you send a person, for example, in a culture, this person is stepping in and immediately has a feeling of what's going on in this culture. And this feeling is totally intuitive. So if you ask the people what is the assets here, or what is all this all about, they will tell you something, but it's not very helpful. The intuitive pattern formation in the brain is far more intelligent than what the people can tell you. So the big question we asked is, how can I get access to this full intuitive pattern formation process of the individual brain, not as the way of perceiving the data, this is at the end of the story, but in the beginning. How can I use this extremely pattern formation ability of the human brain for the measurement point, for the incoming data, not for the perceiving of the pattern in the end?
Right.
And so if we are dealing with complexity in the world, we should do everything to get data from the people which is not conscious but highly intuitive, highly connected to this extremely pattern formation process in the individual brain. If we would be able to combine all these individual intuitions to something like a collective intuition, where I get the access to the pattern of the outside world by using this highly reductive pattern formation process in the human brain, then we would have a very good entrance point.
For what? Entrance point to?
Entrance point for complexity reduction. Because anyone who is going outside, being confronted with complex situations, is already a complexity reduction machine by pattern formation. If I can get this information, then afterwards I can ask myself, when there are good data, how can I present this good data to the decision-making person? Because he is again a human brain able for pattern formation. But this is in the end of the story. The beginning of the story is, how good are the data I get in?